Wake up, Bagpuss. Wake up and see this thing that I bring. It's the front page of the Eye newspaper with Mr. Tony Blair. Always a joy to see him, with his face like an indignant elf, crossed with that Cenobite from Hellraiser that's 90% teeth. And it doesn't matter, now he's not smiling anymore, now he's not trying to be elected, and he's scowling, because you can still sense the teeth under there, and the inhumanity that comes from hell, from where he's a Cenobite. And it's weird, the way, it's sinister the way he thinks, like saying we should stay away from pro-Brexit MPs. Why would you do that unless you sort of hated democracy and you wanted to open up a terrible can of worms that no one can sort out? And it's like, I always took it for granted there'd be a hard Brexit, because if we're going to bring back our agriculture and our manufacturing, they've got nothing we want. So it's going to have to be a hard Brexit, surely. And the other news today about Corbyn, the Communist Party of Britain throwing their weight behind Corbyn. I mean, I'd say it's the most depressing news story of the day, except you had that old man who bludgeoned his wife. But I'm more communist than I'm not, and would that Corbyn was a communist, because it's that stuff in the Communist Manifesto about the hope that all nations would wither away and die. That presupposes, a world that sees the logic and the common sense of communism, and that's not Britain, is it, really? And the opposition parties scare me to death, like the Liberal Democrats. What's his name? Fallon. He just scares me to death. It's like they're worried that he's like a Christian, and he won't come out and emphatically say that he thinks gay sex is alright. Judge a man by his policies and his rhetoric, and when you do that, you'll see that it's impossible that he will one day turn right-wing and sort of try and round up gay people or whatever. But from where the Liberal Democrats have got this weird remorse, this weird non-working class remorse about the tuition fees, backed by Vince Cable, it's quite possible that they would give away like free university education, regardless of whether a working class country needs it or not, at the expense of like the triple lock pensions or whatever. It scares me to death. And we all know about, surely we all know about the Liberal Democrats. They're like train commuting, they go to university as standard, they'd rather watch cricket than football, and they all work in academic or middle managerial jobs. And I'm a prejudiced guy, and I like to have my prejudices challenged. So if you're a Liberal Democrat and you're not, if you didn't go to university, and you don't like cricket, and you don't work behind a desk, get in the comments and tell me, and I will apologise. But I don't think it's going to happen. They are like the Conservative Party, only without the self-knowledge that they're rich and people hate them, and they should keep their heads down. I'll give you an example. The candidate for the local elections in Wiltshire, it's like he thought he'd scored like this massive victory in the Labour Party candidate's manifesto. He saw that by accident the Labour Party candidate had put a photo of him and his son on the cover of his manifesto, they were, you know, running a fair trade market stall. Stop laughing, you with your knowledge of left-wing cliches. Yeah, there was on the photo of the Labour manifesto for Wiltshire a picture of the Lib Dem candidate. But the only reason they found out about it was because he was going around doorsteps and he pulled someone else's mail out of the door to have a look at it. And he admits this on the Gazette and Headcase website, if you want to go and have a look at it. And am I the only one that has a problem with that? Someone from a political party pulling someone else's mail out of their letterbox and having a look at it?
Who do you serve? And who do you trust?
At the end of the day, Labour under Corbyn have got a vibe like...
We'll build shops and hospitals and barracks right under their noses, right under their feet. Everything we need, banks, prisons and schools. We'll send scouting parties to collect books and stuff. And men like you will teach the kids, not poems and rubbish, science, so we can get everything working. We'll build villages and towns and we'll play each other in cricket. Listen, maybe one day we'll capture a fighting machine, eh? Learn how to make them ourselves in air wallop. Now it's time to do some wiping out.
And the Liberal Democrats under your man have got a vibe like...
Where we're going, we won't need eyes to see.
And, you know, this is the internet, and I know you want funny memes, but there's been none so far, apart from the old woman in Bristol that said... when the Vox Boss monkey came up to her, she said, "Oh no, an election, not another one, you're joking." And it's like, A, you know, sorry for interrupting your busy retired housewife life with democracy. Sorry about that. You know, from where you might want to have an opinion about the triple up pension. And B, you know, let's just say that again. Oh no, an election, not another one, you're joking. You're not from Bristol, love.
No, I'm not a sucker, sitting in a house of pain. And no, I'm not the butler, I'll cut ya, head cut ya. You say you can't touch this, and I wouldn't touch ya, punk mother.